welcome. I hope you had a wonderful year. You were good boys and girls, I hope. I'm sure you were. I got a story for you, one of the all-time favorites. And I think Santa, unfortunately, could not be here. He was eating too many cookies and he got sick. And I had special cookies for Santa this year. Remember last year, he told us that chocolate chip was his favorites. And I brought his favorites hot out of the oven. But poor Santa got sick, so he had to take a nap. But I give him a break because he's been working hard, making your toys for those good boys and girls, which I'm sure you all were. Okay, I got a story. Towards the night before Christmas. I know you've all heard it, but it's a classic, just like Mrs. Claus here and Mr. Claus. And we're going to begin. It was the night before Christmas, and it's by Clement C. Moore and illustrated by Charles Santor. And maybe you could read along with me. It was the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon will be there. See the very pretty stockings? I bet they were all handmade. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled down for a long winter's nap. Boy, in a few weeks, I can't wait for my long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from the bed to see what was the matter. What do you think is the matter? What do you think is the matter? Who could be making all that noise? The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw up the sash. So let's do that. Let's fly to the window and open the shutters and throw up the sash. Well, this is a little stuck, but anyway, you get the drift. I'm sure you do that Christmas Eve. When what to my wondering eye should appear but a miniature sleigh and a tiny reindeer. Can you name the reindeer? Let's see if we can name the reindeer together. We got Dasher and Dancer, and Comet and Cupid, Vixen, and Donner, Prancer. See, I can take care of a reindeer. I leave that to the elves. Let's see. You know what? I'll tell you what. If you name the 8 reindeer, including Rudolph, and post it on Facebook, you may just get a treat from Mrs. Claus. With a little old driver so lively and quick, that's why Santa's taking a nap, and he has to be lively and quick. I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles his courses they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Here we go. Now Dasher named Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen. Oh, Comet our Cupid. Oh, Donner our Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they met with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the horses they flew, with a sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. I wonder who the toys are for. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little roof. Hoof, hoof. See, can you hear that? Listen again. Listen again. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. See, how does he fit in magic? Because he likes his cookies. He was dressed in all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler, just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. Just like springtime. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as snow. The stub of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. Pretty happy camper there, doesn't he? He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump and nice, jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work and filled all the stockings that turned with a jerk, and then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose and giving a nod up the chimney, he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim as he drove out of sight, "Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night." Wasn't that a wonderful story? It's such a classic story. Classic story. I never get tired of it at all. Well, thank you for coming. I'm going to only read one story this year because Santa is not feeling well and I better go make sure he's okay. So we're going to sing one more song, and I hope you sing along. And it's a classic, just like Mr. Claus and myself. And we're going to sing "We Wish You a Merry Christmas." 1, 2. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. The tidings we bring to you and your king. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. That was lovely, elves. Thank you very much for coming. And hope to see you again next year at this time. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Okay, we're going.